Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 42 review of the Seeds playlist. The playlist in question will be linked at the end of this video, and the last review before this one will also pop up. So we will be taking a look at the fourth and final product from Rufus Teague, and that is the Smoky and Salty. I believe I had said sweet and salty in a previous video. Smoky and salty. All right. I have not tried this product out. After previewing before the reviews, the other three, I decided not to on this one. So basically, what you got is a 6 ounce, and that is a selling point. Okay. Their products right across the line are all 6 ounces. 6 ounce bag of sunflower seeds. All right. It is a hanger bag. This is a sealed seam until you rip it off at the notches, which hopefully you can see. Let me get it in front of a white bookend. There you go. All right, it does have a Ziploc. I have noticed in these products that the Ziplocs are always engaged. They also come vacuum sealed. Now, if that's the reason why they're engaging the Ziplocs, I do not know. But as you can see, it is basically vacuumed closed. So what I'm actually going to have to do here, because of that being that way, is I'm going to open the product before I show the back of the bag. Otherwise, the crinkles will give issue, I know. So what you have is sealed seam, sealed seam, sealed seam down the sides. Then you have 2 at the bottom with a second window. Okay, so you got a window in the front there and a window underneath. The bags do stand by themselves. Unlike the Biggs bags, they are not as wide and they are slightly taller, so they're a little bit top heavy. Besides that, though, the bag will sit on a table as long as your table is not as rickety as my desk. Not that I'm complaining. Desk. Like I should be taking the piss out of this poor desk. You know how much dip I have dropped on this desk? I have probably dropped more dip on this desk than some dippers have dipped. And I'm off on a little tangent, so let's get back to the review. Anyway, so I'm going to rip this open and try to get some air into the bag. Oh, you can actually hear it. I don't know if you heard it. I did. The seeds, when they're vacuum sealed like this, come up all the way to the Ziploc. And you know what? Once you get air in there, they still come up to the bottom of Rufus. Smells like sunflower seeds, but it also smells like something else. So let me give you a shot of the back here, and I will try to zoom in so you can read it. There is the code. It looks like May 2023 is the best by date. That's May 2023. And then moving around here, if you want to pause for nutritional information. 6 servings per container, and that is amount per serving. All right. And just because I am at the top of my game this evening, I will bring it back and still be in focus. So this gives me a little pause that they felt the need to put salty into the name of this particular product, partly because their salt levels have been pretty rough on the mouth. Wow, that's ridiculously huge. That's, yeah. Okay, let's see. That's got to be an outlier. Unless they decide, like, mid-product line, switch up their seed source or something. No, that's not as big as the last one. So, the shells tend to run larger, but the kernels tend to be the same sort of industry-wide standard. So, let's try this out. Well, I'll tell you what, they taste really good. They do have a sweet aspect with a salty coming in, sort of sliding in afterwards. The effect of whatever they're using for the sweet is it sort of brings out the nuttiness of the kernel. They're really good, actually. So, this is the close of the Rufus line. This is the last one. So, although I don't want to detract from this particular product, which tastes really good, it does bring up my thoughts, though, or play into my thoughts for the entire line. Now, the line is only 4 products long. Everything about them is excellent. Like, rating-wise, A++. Except for the salt levels. Now, they sort of cover it by the way they do the nutritional information. But your mouth won't lie. Now, maybe, everybody's mouth is different, pH levels, etc. and whatnot. Everybody will react differently. But my thing is, I don't mind real salty as long as it tastes good. But what I do mind is my gum, my cheek, and that side of my tongue getting torn up. They have been at different levels. The first one was the best. There was not too many problems. I finished the entirety of those bags. The next one would be, if you look in the order of the playlist, wasn't quite as good. Last week's, it's an absolute... I have not finished either of those bags. I think I threw one of them out. Overall, I don't mind really salty stuff as long as it really makes the flavor pop. But, and also from a health standpoint, as long as I'm not taking in huge quantities of it on a daily basis, and that is not the case I consider with a bag of sunflower seeds. That said, I do not want any after effects. Okay? Just like I don't expect bad aftertastes with products. I don't expect my gum line to be chewed up the next day and me sort of forget about it until I put a dip in and then quickly remember. So, the packaging, the way it comes, that vacuum seal, that's always a good look. All right. The packaging's perfect. The seeds inside are larger than average. The shells, the kernels are average. Okay. The whole look of the product, everything, awesome. I mean, it really is. Really, really is. It's a nice production. The flavors are good. It's the salt thing. The salt thing is a problem. And especially after coming off a brand like Chinook, it was glaring. And at first, I took that into account. I was like, you know what? I came off of Chinook. They got really low sodium levels. They're not salty. This is me not easing into this well. But then I started taking visible damage on my gum over here. I always hold seeds on this side. And I was like, nope, that's not me. This product is tearing my mouth up. And the one from last week, that stuff, I don't even know how anybody could get through a bag. I mean, you'd have to have, your mouth would have to be the consistency of like leather to get through that. So Rufus Teague, really good showing. The fact that they only have 4, not a big deal. As long as the 4 are quality, you don't need a huge long brand line. They are all barbecue, themed. The flavors were all good. Even last week's. It's a good flavor until you start getting uncomfortable stuff going on in the side of your face. And then suddenly the really good flavor doesn't make as much sense and really isn't enjoyable. This one, for the one that they put salty in the title, it's feeling okay in my mouth. It is salty. But I'm not registering anything like out of hand. So this has been my review of Rufus Teague Spittin' Seeds Smoky and Salty. There is a smoky sweet aspect at the beginning. It's more sweet than anything. And that's why I keep bringing up sweet right after I said I was wrong. It's not really sweet. And then it gets salty. It's good. And hopefully it doesn't tear up my mouth. But we will see. Anyway, I do thank you for watching. Do take care of yourselves. And as always, God bless.